Hey guys, welcome to an interesting video on Wild Rifts. We are back with another Corki supplementary guide, and we've already covered like Corki's complete guide like on the build I think you should use, which is going to be like the Mana Immune, Triforce, Rift Maker kind of build. And then we went into crit, like 100% crit build with Mana Immune, and now we're going to do 100% crit build with Triforce. Now I have to say that the crit build with Triforce I think does better and more damage than Mana Immune, but you're having a lot more mana issues because you don't have the Mana Immune for mana. So especially before you get your Essence Reaver, you're going to be running out of mana a lot, and you will see this in the gameplay later on, but you will run out of mana a lot. So with this build, I like to actually rush Triforce as a first item without going for boots. Because Triforce, when you get Triforce and Spike on Triforce, it's a very strong power spike. So I actually like to rush Triforce first, before then completing my Gluttonous Greaves, of course for the Omnivamp as well as the AD. And then we go into ER after that, because obviously Corki is a spellcaster and you want to get that passive from ER to of course deal bonus damage. And then I like to go for Charge Blade. Now because Corki spams a lot of spells, including having 6 charges of ulti, you can stack your Charge Blade really easily, and you can do a lot of additional damage with the Charge Blade, and as well as proccing the Triforce at the same time. And then the next logical item would be to go for IE, of course, to increase your crit damage and such. And your last item is pretty flexible. Now, I found that Shield Boy is pretty good as a last item, giving you that extra shield. But you could also go for something even more defensive, like a GA, that of course works very well as well. You could also go for something like a Sterex instead, which is going to give you more health and more defensive capabilities than your Shield Boy, whereas Shield Boy is a little bit more offensive. So for the runes, honestly, I'm not sure whether First Strike or Conquer is better. Now, I know with the Mana Immune build, First Strike is better, and I know that with like the normal, Triforce and Mana Immune build, I know that Conquer is better. But with this build, I think both are good, because you do a decent amount of burst at the beginning, so First Strike does give you a lot of value. But at the same time, with this build, majority of the time you're in relatively long fights, at least in the gameplay I had just now, which is the one I'm going to show you guys in just a bit. So I did think that I could have gotten a lot of value from Conqueror as well. But overall, I suspect that most likely First Strike is going to be better. So I did, of course, go for First Strike. And of course, you want to get Brutal for the auto attack damage. Of course, you have Giant Slayer because it does the most damage in this slot. Alacrity gives you more attack speed, because obviously you need the attack speed to proc your Triforce as well as your Charge Blade. But you could also go for Omnivamp if you want, because you don't really have a lot of Omnivamp in this build because you don't have Rift Maker. And then obviously we have the Bone Plating for the defensive capabilities. And then for the spells we have Flash and we have Exhaust, because pretty much Corki doesn't really have any other better options other than Exhaust here. So with that out the way, let's jump into our gameplay. Alrighty, so hopping into the gameplay itself. So this game I'm actually not ADC, but I'm playing Corki in the mid lane. Now I do think that Corki is really good in the mid lane as well as really good at ADC. I think that Corki is actually very criminally underrated. Like, there was a time that he was buffed a lot, and ever since then he was actually really strong, but it's just that no one really plays him. So here I know Fizz is probably in that bush, so I actually launched my Q in there to check, and he does take a little bit of damage. He actually comes over to ward the Amumu's blue buff, so I'm just pinging that there's vision. Amumu probably can see it though. So we're against a Morgana who also has First Strike. This is a pretty okay matchup for us, because Morgana doesn't really have a lot of kill pressure. The kind of harder matchups for Corki are the assassin matchups, like of course champions like Zed, or even like or even Fizz post level 5 is really difficult. Like, generally just any assassin is pretty hard, because you are kind of like like an ADC. You can't really peel for yourself. You can only try to run away and like dash away, things like that. So yeah, with Morgana it's a really simple matchup, because you can poke, she can poke, and you probably do more poke than her as long as you can aim. You can see she's already at like 2/3 health, because I've been landing my spells, or majority of them. As I say that, I jinx it and I end up missing a spell. But you can see that more than half my mana is already gone, so I'm kind of having mana issues straight away. So here she's pushed in the wave, but the wave is kind of frozen outside my tower, which is a really nice spot. She's kind of just shoving really hard just by auto-attacking a lot. I'm not quite sure why, but I'm about to hit level 3 to get my dash, and when I spot an opportunity, I can dash right on top of her, because she's already pretty low. She doesn't have the Q anymore, so I'm going to dash right on top of her and pretty much just run her down here. I exhaust her for the movement speed slow, and she's now at 1 HP, so I'm going to have to flash auto-attack her to finish off that kill there. Now, two problems here. The first problem is I actually launched my Q a little bit behind her, because I was expecting her to walk back, but she actually didn't. So I actually missed my Q there, I believe, so which is obviously not good. And secondly, she didn't use her flash or her barrier. I'm not sure why. Like, I used both my summoner spells. I was expecting to trade both summoner spells with her. But for some reason, she didn't use barrier and she didn't use flash. Like, if she just used barrier there, for example, I wouldn't have gotten the kill, and I would have used both my flash and my exhaust. But for some reason, she doesn't use either, and she just dies. So, hey, I'll take it, but I shouldn't have ever gotten the kill there. Now, with Corki, you can get solo kills in lane, as you just saw, but it normally requires your opponent to misplay. And what I mean by this is, like, there's two steps to getting solo kills in lane with Corki. Step number one is you have to be able to poke them out, and you can see that I've been able to do that with Morgana. Step 2, which is the part that requires them to misplay, is they have to overextend, because you need to have the runway to run them down. So basically, when they're, you know, close to like around this rock, like you see where the banner is over there, at the top part of the screen, you see that banner over there. So when they're around that area or like slightly away, you can go for an all-in because you have the runway to just run them down before they can get to the tower. But if they are too close to the tower, it's impossible for you to run them down. So like I mentioned, it's really difficult to solo kill with Corki in lane because it's really difficult to meet both conditions. Like, you number one have to land a lot of skill shots to poke them down to a point where you can all in, and secondly they have to make a mistake to overextend. So anyways, here we are. We're just continuing to try to land some poke on her and maybe try to look for another all-in. So here, you can see the issues here. You can see the issues that if we try to all-in when they're too close to the tower, we don't really get the kill. I try to snipe her out. I actually hit the big one, but she's stuck on 1 HP, which is really, really unlucky. But hey, it is what it is. So we aren't able to secure that one. So she is able to live another day with the help of the barrier as well. So here we have all our Triforce components, so we're going to get it in less than 300 gold. So we are trying to aim to get it before the first Herald and Dragon spawn. Generally that's a good timing to aim for to complete your Triforce. And here is a bug with the replay tool again. You can see that here I'm trying to swap Lucian and Morgana, but Lucian and Morgana on the scoreboard at the bottom of the screen doesn't correspond to the right side of the screen. So here we have Morgana in the middle and Lucian at the 4th position, but on the right hand side, Lucian's in the middle and Morgana's in the 4th position. I have no idea what's going on with the wall rift replay tool, but hey, that's not really important. So here, I'm going to back, 40 seconds from Dragon spawning. Honestly, I should have waited for another 10 or 10 more seconds, because now I complete Triforce and now I'm stuck in the dilemma. I'm like, should I pick up my package or not? Because package only lasts for like 20 seconds. So like, if I pick it up now, it's not gonna last until the Dragon. But I'm like, it's not worth it to walk there and recall again for the package, so let me just pick it up now. So I was thinking I can shove out this wave and use the package to make a play on top onto the Lucian in the set. But as I'm walking by, Fizz actually jump scares me and I have to use the package defensively. Now I'm trying to go back in onto the Fizz who's stuck on my package, but the issue is that Morgana comes to back him up. So I'm actually forced to flash over the wall and to remain safe. So ends up the package does end up being used defensively, so it wasn't it wasn't really a big waste in the end, I guess. But here we shove out the wave. We're gonna rotate straight to Dragon to help out our team. And we are able to secure the Dragon. Engage goes in from the Amumu Fist, walks straight into the engage, tries to, I don't know what he's trying to do, to be honest, trying to kill someone. But here I'm really low because of the Lucian ulti and the ignite as well. So I'm gonna just recall here and let my team take care of the rest. Obviously, I can't afford to take even an auto attack. I'm just gonna die. So I'm just gonna quickly recall, reset, and start building towards my boots. I get the boots of speed so I can walk to lane faster, or walk to the Herald faster in this case. And my team is taking care of mid, like they're pushing mid, so I'm just gonna go straight to the Herald to help out the Amumu since there's nothing for me to really do in mid anyways. Fizz is coming to face check, so we're just trying to zone him out here. We remove his first strike while proccing our own. He tries to hop back in with his E, and I'm not sure what he's gonna do, but I'm just dashing away from him, and I'm in prime position to cut off his escape, and I'm able to pick up a kill onto him. And yeah, looking pretty good from where I'm standing. So here we are gonna get a Herald mid, so we're gonna be able to get all the plates. It's shared among like 4 people though, so that's not too hot. But yeah, we do get plates shared 4 ways, and we're gonna get a second charge as well. So here I'm trying to focus down the tower. Set actually flashes in for the ulti onto the Yasuo. Now here, Honestly, I should have left the moment I realized that the fight is gonna break out, because obviously we can't really win the fight here, but here I get run down by Lucian ulti and Fizz ulti as well, and I basically just end up dying here and giving Fizz a shutdown, which is definitely not what you wanna do. Like, there's no chance we're gonna take the tower there, so the moment Yasuo got ulted, I should have actually just walked off, because there's no way I can save him and there's no way I can get the tower, so there's nothing much for me to really do there. So I was just trying to greed over getting the tower, which I could not get in any world, because there's two people defending it, so there's no world wherein I get the tower. So I just should have backed off instead of just trying to get more tower damage for no good reason. But regardless, now we're back up, and we're just headed back to the I was headed back to the mid lane, but Yasuo and Amumu look like they're there, so I'm instead just gonna go to the top lane to try to stop this Lucian from getting plates. Lucian's actually getting really fed because he may be only 1-0 and 2, but he's gotten all of the plates like solo, so he's getting a bunch of gold. He has more gold than me, and I have like 3 kills and 2 assists. Here I spot him recalling, so I'm just gonna stop him with with that. I thought we might end up fighting here, but we end up not actually fighting. It would have been pretty scary to fight him 1v1 though. So here I'm start poking him out because Amumu might be looking for a dive. He bandage costs nothing, but Lucian's now backing off all the way. So here I'm going to take this opportunity to push in the wave, get the goal, and then focus down this tower. Now no plates anymore, so this tower should be relatively squishy. So we can just go ahead and grab the tower. And now Lucian is back, and we have Amumu and Yasuo with us. Lucian's obviously running for the hill. Set's now running in together with the Morgana. Morgana's taking a huge bunch of poke from me and Yasuo. She's like now like really low, so I'm trying to go in on Morgana. You can see Barrier saves her life again, and now we're gonna focus whoever we can, which in this case is the Set. So Set gets chain CC, he dies. Pike goes in, finishes off the Morgana. Lucian now stuck under tower. Does trade the kill onto Yasuo, but we are able to finish him off and pick up the kill onto him. So furthermore, we are going to be able to actually grab this tower using the rocket into thin air to proc my Sheen. And now we have no mana, so we're going to be able to, we're going to need to recall. No Essence Reaver yet, so we are really hurting in terms of the mana department. Honestly, even when you get Essence Reaver, your mana issues are not solved, but they're just better. Like, it's just not as bad. So here we are really close at 100 plus gold away, so we just need to grab this wave, and then we can reset, get Essence Reaver, and go over to Dragon. That's kind of the plan at the moment. So here, we have a little bit of time because Dragon's still 30 seconds away, so we have enough time to shove out another wave, and then I was going to go for the reset, but we have to cut off Morgana's escape, so we do cut off her escape to make sure she can't go anywhere. And then we can just reset, get the item, and get the package, and hit right over to the Dragon. So here my team's a little bit disjointed. Now 3 of us are together. We are trying to grab this Dragon, but at the same time Pike is trying to make a play. So here I'm trying to look to see if I can package anywhere. Here Set goes in. I'm just gonna package over. I missed timing a little bit, so I wasn't able to actually avoid the Fizz ulti. If you time it correctly when the shark comes up, you can actually just package and avoid getting CC. But I kind of just panic W there. Because I got hit by the Fizz ulti, but I ended up being fine, and my team ends up basically cleaning up everyone. Malphite is the last man standing, and I know my team's got this. I don't have to actually go over the wall, so I'm just gonna clear up this. And then he kills Yasuo, and oh wait, they don't got this, and yeah, they did have it, but Yasuo just didn't. So that's kind of unfortunate. Yasuo does end up going down to the Malphite. Malphite is, or was pretty fat. He's building full tank, so he's just gonna be a tanky front line for them, not gonna do too much AP damage. Pike gets executed trying to get bot lane tower somehow. I'm not quite sure what was going on there. But here I'm trying to steal the enemy blue buff. Of course, blue buff is very important on Corki because Corki has huge mana issues. So here I'm trying to sneakily get the blue buff. I'm hugging the wall, so if anyone shows up here, I can just W straight over the wall. And I also still have, actually I don't have my flash, but I have my W, so I can W over the wall. I should be safe. Shouldn't be any way I get caught unless Fizz ultis me, and that's probably the only way I die because he ultis me. And yeah, Morgana tries to get a weird play onto me, but she doesn't do any damage, so I'm just gonna kill her. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what she's thinking. I know that Morgana at some point starts to troll and starts running it down, but I don't know if we've reached that point yet because she does look like she was trying to kill me, but it's just that she wasn't very successful. So I don't really think she started to troll yet. Here, my team gets into a fight with the enemy team. I'm trying to rotate there as quickly as I can. The set is really, really tanky. He has Heartsteel and he also has Randuin's Omen, so he's really, really tanky. I'm not doing too much damage to him. You can see we're slowly but surely running him down. He has nowhere to run, and Jin eventually manages to finish him off with an auto attack. So now we're just clearing the wave. Baron has spawned. I'm pretty sure this is the point Morgana just starts trolling. She just walks straight down mid, gives us a free kill. And here I'm trying to... I was trying to ping for Baron because like, multiple enemies are dead. So I was like, this is a good time to Baron, but my team is not really wanting to do that. So here, someone else now pings attack Baron. So I'm pinging that I'm on my way to Baron. So while waiting for my team to get there, I'm just getting this tower. FaZe tries to ulti me. I'm able to actually dodge it at the last second with the W, so I end up being safe. And my team ends up engaging onto Malphite instead of going for Baron, which really is not worth it. Like, they're engaging on Malphite instead, the two tanks. And now the whole like play gets messy because now I'm trying to rotate to my team here, and Yasuo is now starting to push. So here I get spotted out by the control ward, so they know I'm here, so I can't really flank them. So I have to remove the control ward, go by the safe way, and apparently get another free kill on Morgana, who is of course still running it down. And now they rotate to make a play on the Yasuo, so now I have to rotate back to the Yasuo to try to save him from the Fizz and the Lucian. And he's taking a lot of damage, but he's surviving. So here he gets the nice ulti onto the Lucian. I'm able to kill both of them, but unfortunately he dies right before I can do so. So he does end up going down, but we are able to trade both kills onto you know, the two relatively important... I mean, they are the two main damage dealers on the enemy team, so that's pretty huge. Morgana obviously doesn't do any damage. She's just straight up feeding, and the other two are tanks. So here looks like a relatively free Baron. We're just going to go ahead and grab the Baron right here. And Malphite is really overextended, so instead of recalling, we're trying to actually just catch him out to try to make a play. Nice W by the Jin, and we're trying to focus him. He decides to flash over the wall into our jungle. Yeah, I'm not quite sure what the plan was there. He ultis the Pyke, almost kills the Pyke, and doesn't kill the Pyke. And he goes down instead. Morgana still trying to feed, still trying to best to feed, so we're gonna just pick up that free kill. And now we can back. So here you see blue buff share was up. So here I was thinking I can back, and then I can go to blue buff to grab the blue buff. Dragon spawning in 20 seconds. I'm going to grab the package, drive by, grab the blue buff, and go to Dragon. Beautiful, beautiful. But what happens instead? The Pyke trolls and just ease and gets the blue buff instead. Like, why does Pyke even need blue buff? By the way, the Pyke hasn't even fully stacked his support item yet at 14 minutes into the game. What is going on? So here I try to cut off the Fizz's escape with the package, which I do successfully do, and then into the ulti. So he does go down. That's the enemy jungler dead. So this should be a free Dragon Soul for us. Pyke gets shut down by the set. I'm gonna get the kill on set now. We have 3 people dead on the enemy team. Only Morgana and Malphite are alive. So it's free Dragon for us, essentially. Honestly, there is a decent argument to, instead of getting the Dragon, just using the Baron to push down like mid and top inhibs instead, because that's probably more useful than the Dragon Soul at this point. Jin is going for the mid inhib. He's gonna get it, I believe, and don't know if we're gonna go for the top inhib because there is a wave there. Actually, we're not. We're just gonna go up straight up, end the game. Like, everyone's dead. They're gonna respawn in like a couple seconds, so let's just gonna end the game right here. Don't need any inhib when you can get Nexus. So, anyways, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. We'll leave you guys with the stats as usual, and goodbye.